What's up, YouTube? This video is basically just an update for all of you wondering why I disappeared for a year and stopped making content. Also, I wanted to basically announce my return and that I plan to make YouTube videos again, and I'm streaming pretty much daily. So I'm going to use a clip from my first stream back after being gone for 9 months where I tell my story, so that I don't have to tell the whole story again. Okay, so most of you guys know I was bleeding out of my asshole for many years, for like 3 years, right? And I had Crohn's and I was really sick, but I continued to try to stream. I continued to fucking stream, right? And I got sicker and sicker and sicker, and my streams got less and less, and I would have to stop after an hour to go shit. I would be playing with Shaki, and I would be like, dude, I'm not doing well, I have to stop. And I would get off the stream, and I would go shit fucking 20 times all day. Blood, it was fucking awful, dude. Crohn's disease is fucking hell on earth. But 3 years of bleeding adds up, you know? And I was getting more and more deficient in fucking a giant list of vitamins. I was becoming anemic in iron. I was iron deficient. I was anemic. I was just like, my blood count got so fucking low. My hemoglobin count was at a 4.2. I was deficient in B12, deficient in vitamin D, deficient in every other fucking vitamin, because I wasn't absorbing anything. And then my doctor, my fucking gastrointestinal doctor, the guy that like gives me meds for my Crohn's, I'm on chemo and I'm on this immunosuppressant drug. My doctor that's putting me on these drugs, and he knows Crohn's, right? He knows I can't absorb stuff. He knows I'm bleeding. I would come into my appointments and say, I'm not okay. I'm craving fucking beets and dirt. I eat dirt. I'm cold all the fucking time. I can't stop moving. I'm like, my skin is constantly crawling. That was at the deepest. I mean, anemia is 100 times worse than Crohn's disease. Crohn's disease is fucking nothing compared to anemia. I got so deficient and so anemic that I was on the verge of death, and I fucking lost complete sight of who I was. I stopped having sex or having any, I stopped having any sex drive. I stopped watching movies. I stopped playing video games. I stopped listening to music. I stopped liking stuff. I lost interest in everything. It was fucking terrifying. It was fucking bizarre, I was like living in the Twilight Zone, and that was in the winter. And it was awful, dude. I'll show you guys pictures at some point, or if I put this on YouTube, I'll like show you guys a picture of what I looked like when I was at my worst, just skinny wise. So weed was a big thing that helped, but even weed couldn't stop me from fucking bleeding and being deficient. And my doctor, okay, I'm pissed at my doctor because I would go in and tell him I have all these symptoms of anemia, right? I'm fucking dying. Like, something seriously is wrong. And he would say, no, it's just the meds you're on. No, it's, and I would come in and he would say stuff like, you're as white as the wall. Your skin is so white. You look deathly, and then he wouldn't fucking do anything about it. And my family and I were just like, what is happening? And I'm getting sicker and sicker and sicker, and the doctors weren't fucking doing anything about it, right? Eventually he referred me to a hematologist after like half a year of me being fucking anemic. A hematologist is a blood doctor. So they send me to a blood doctor, and she takes my blood and says, holy fuck, your blood is like record breaking low, dude. Again, guys, all this there's so many subs and shit still. I have alerts turned off right now. I'll turn them back on, and I'll make sure to thank people that I missed. But so I went to see a hematologist finally, and she was like, holy fuck, you've gone way too long without getting a blood transfusion. You've gone way too long without getting iron or vitamins. So they started treating me, and at that point, that was the worst I've ever felt in my entire fucking life. Lost interest in everything. My life consisted of just hoping I can feel better tomorrow, a little bit better tomorrow. And it was like they started giving me iron infusion. So there's a picture of me on Twitter with a fucking thing, looks like I'm getting chemo. I would go into the chemo place with all the people getting chemo, and I would get iron infusions. And I was doing that once a week. And I got a blood infusion. I remember after my first blood infusion, I walked outside into the sunshine, and I felt the sun on my face. And I looked at my girlfriend and I felt attraction towards her. I felt like a fucking human again because they had given me someone else's blood. I felt what it felt like to feel kind of good again. You know what I mean? But it fucking took forever for me to get better, dude. It continued to be one day at a time. I feel a little bit better every day. I'm taking vitamins, I'm getting iron, I'm getting blood, but my body just is damaged and took a long time to recover. The biggest bitch of all of it, the anemia, coming out of the anemia, was the restless leg syndrome and the nerve damage in my legs. So there was just constant bad feelings in my legs, and I couldn't stop moving. I was walking 100,000 steps a week, and I couldn't gain weight. So I'm like hiking the very little calories I do have, I'm hiking them away, you know what I mean? So I was just in I was fucking pacing around my house, delirious when I was anemic. My girlfriend would go to work, and I would spend the entire day pacing around the house in a fucking delirious state of mind, just not even human, man. So it's taken a really, really long time to recover, and it's a little bit at a time. But recently, as I come out of the anemia and I'm back to like a regular blood level where I feel like a human and I feel good, you know, I start getting interested in, my sex drive comes back. I start getting interested in watching Rick and Morty, and you know, I get excited to come back to streaming again. I forgot where I was going next. I have an incredible girlfriend. She took fucking really good care of me, and you know, I had no sex drive anymore, you know. I was like, there was a big period of time where we were just, you know, she was just taking care of me. She was my caregiver because of how sick I was. Sounds like Munchausen syndrome. Not Munchausen syndrome, dude. It's called I bled out of my ass for fucking really, really long time and lost all my vitamins and blood. And Munchausen syndrome is when someone is poisoning you because they like you being sick and they like being your caregiver. Be honest, you got back the sex drive because I sent dick pics. No, but when my sex drive came back, my fucking sex drive came back, dude. I forgot where I was going next. Okay, so after the anemia, I was just hopelessly fucking depressed and lost, like, and anxious, and I hated my life because I had been through this crazy shit that could have been avoided if my doctors had just fucking paid attention to me and listened to me. So I was really fucking depressed, really anxious, and then just in a really stuck, lost place, and I didn't know how the fuck to get out of it. And I went and researched and found a retreat for sick people that's like a few weeks long, and I had my mom send me there. And it was, I mean, it's fucking, I went from like here to here. It was incredible. I mean, I was getting physical therapy every day. I was getting massages every day they were massaging my ass and my legs, in between my legs, like the areas where I had nerve damage. These ladies every day were like rubbing my butt really good, and I was doing physical therapy. I was doing my physical therapist, or my I had a personal trainer, and he was fucking awesome. I'm trying to think what else. Every day, bro. Every day, dude. So yeah, I started, and they were giving me acupuncture. I was eating healthy every day. I cut gluten out of my diet years ago, but I cut dairy out of my diet. I found out I'm allergic to rice and dairy and eggs and all this fucking shit that I had continued to eat, you know. My GI doctor didn't fucking tell me, you know, hey, you should start eating this type of food. My fucking Crohn's doctor didn't tell me that. They don't tell you that, dude. You have to go to a fucking naturopath. A naturopath is someone who, probably shouldn't be in chill streams, whatever, because this isn't very chill. Allergic to rice. Yeah, it sucks. I still eat it sometimes. I'm allergic to a lot of shit. But anyways, my GI never did any of that shit. I had to go to a naturopath, which is like some kind of like not real doctor, you know what I mean? And then I started, at this retreat I went to, I started seeing energy healers and acupuncture and all this like not Western medicine stuff, you know what I mean? And that stuff really helped. It was like the combination of both. And just fucking exercising, I was eating fucking 5 meals a day with protein shakes, and I gained some weight. And yeah, coming back my girlfriend was like, holy shit, I have to get used to you being happy because it's been a long time since you've been happy. Energy healers, yeah, dude. Fucking energy healers and shamans and shit and fucking all kinds of stuff. But yeah, I came back and I decided to stream. I was really, really nervous to start today, man. I was really nervous to fucking stream today, but you guys have given me so much love already. I'm gonna play some Rust. Do you still vape? Okay, I quit vaping. Also, I vape weed, you know, once in a while. So the one thing I don't talk about in that video is how bad my depression got. Within the last, especially the last few months, I'm healthy again. My anemia's, I've recovered from my anemia. My Crohn's disease is in remission, but I've been unbelievably fucking depressed and anxious, and unable to function for, you know, a few months. And I started getting back into streaming a little bit here and there. And recently I've been streaming pretty much every fucking day, and it is my medicine. It's pulled me out of the deepest depression of my entire life. Playing with awesome people and laughing and having my community in chat like there to hang out with me has just, I don't know, I'm just passionate about streaming again, and I'm excited for the future for the first time in a long time. So I love you all. Thanks for watching. It's good to be back. Yeah, later.